please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Campbell.
Here.
Fournier.
Here.
Hammond.
Here.
Crop.
Here.
Menser.
Here.
Voorhees.
Here.
Okay. Announcements, acknowledgements, and communications reports. Today we have a presentation of the City of Mount Clemens Local Treasure Award to Dave and Lila Tercel. Could you please come forward? We'll meet at the microphone. There we go. Here, I'm gonna. You're at your fan club. That is great. I'm not this tall. There we go. Okay. All right. So every year, Mount Clemens has a nomination process for our Local Treasure Award. And you were nominated by Hope Cole, which I believe is a neighbor. Yes. And Hope is with us today. And I'm just going to read a brief summary of what Hope, she wrote a beautiful letter, which I think you have received a copy of, correct? Okay, and so Dave and Lila's hearts are full of compassion and energy to extend love to others, whether it be shoveling snow for neighbors, coordinating cards and packages to veterans, or participating in Habitat for Humanity. They have lived and served in Mount Clemens for decades. Most recently, the fire department and Mount Clemens residents benefited greatly from their very generous donation of cutting-edge hard equipment. They exhibit integrity and humility, and their legacy of service has made Mount Clemens a better place. So, let's read the award. So today, the City of Mount Clemens Local Treasure Award, on behalf of the Mayor and City Commission, Dave and Lila Tercel, is presented with the annual Local Treasure Award for exemplary positive contributions to the City of Mount Clemens. Through their actions, Mr. and Mrs. Tercel have created a positive and lasting legacy for all members of our community to appreciate and be extremely proud of. Dave and Lila Tercel are hereby declared a local treasure on this second day of March 2020. Signed, all of us. Do we have any other announcements? Okay. Okay, moving on to agenda item number 5, the adoption of the agenda.
Move to adopt the agenda as presented.
Support.
Roll call, please.
Campbell.
Yes.
Fournier.
Yes.
Hammond.
Yes.
Crop.
Yes.
Menser.
Yes.
Voorhees.
Yes.
Agenda item number 6, public participation. This is the portion of the meeting where you can approach the microphone, have 3 minutes. Please, the only thing that we ask is that you give us your name and your address.
Hi, my name is John Greiner. I live at 7 2nd Street. I have addressed this commission on 2/3/20 and on 2/18/20. On 2/18/20, I reminded you all that you took an oath of office that states, I do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of this state, and I will faithfully perform the duties of the office, and I'm guessing City Commissioner, in and for the City of Mount Clemens, County of Macomb, and State of Michigan according to the best of my ability, so help me God. I also stated that oath obligates the members of this commission, this city commission, to ensure that I do get equal protection of the law that is guaranteed by the 14th Amendment of the Constitution. I make these statements again in advance because I am aware of the artfully engineered response that is planned to be read tonight. That response does not answer any of the questions I asked or stated. I wanted to know who created the response and was the response approved by legal counsel. It was an error, I stated, on my part not to provide you all a copy of the entire document I provided to Ms. Metzer. I stated I will provide you all a copy by email and other supporting documentation. I have done that. I'm sorry it was not as easy as I thought it would be because of the file sharing limitations. I'm also requesting that the City Commission place me on the next agenda to answer and explain any and all questions that are not answered by reading Appendix 5 contained in my petitioner's application to extend time to file a writ of certiorari for 60 days. I stated I want this commission and our city attorney to help me get equal protection of the law that is guaranteed to citizens of this country. And I want the commission to support me in requesting the involvement of Attorney General Dana Nessel. And if you have read the documents I provided, you now know why that is important. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Gina Palazzolo, 51 North Island. I just wanted to share with everybody, during the recent snowfalls, Neighbors Helping Neighbors cleared safe paths to 16 Mount Clemens homes with the help of 8 volunteers and a whole lot of coffee. It was cold. With spring already approaching, it's March 1st now, we are already seeking nominations of people, homeowners in need of a helping hand with any blight that might be on their property. Please reach out to myself or to the Neighbors Helping Neighbors Facebook page, and we will see what we can do to help. Thank you.
Anyone else?
Good evening, Mayor, Commissioners. Craig Patterson, Mackinac City. I'm here to update you and thank you. Thank you for 2 weeks ago for your input on Edison Crossing. We have changed the plan. We have gone from 65 units to 30 units, of which 11 will be reserved for our veterans who are homeless, in need of housing, or are disabled. It's an $8.7 million investment in the community, and we're returning one of the parcels to the open market to allow that parcel to be developed, the waterfront parcel. And 46% of these units will be at higher income level, and I'd like to request the opportunity to share the details of this project in an upcoming work session in 2 weeks, please. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Joe E. Harrington, 152 Court Street in the city of Mount Clemens. 11 months ago, here at a city commissioner meeting, the Isle of Sand group asked and received a rezoning of the old Big Boy site. And at that time said that they were wanting to get out from under the lease of their current landlord, which was right next door. And so they wanted to move their Happy's Pizza and their Cedar Wholesale Grow Supply stores to this Big Boy site. They proposed, they showed a beautiful rendition of a building that they were going to put up with wonderful lighting. And at that time, one said there would be no marijuana. At that time, they were talking about medical. Now we've moved on to recreational. And the other partner said, could not guarantee. That was a good, honest answer. So it could not guarantee that there would not be no marijuana store in the near future. Well, here we are, 1 year later, just about. That happened April 1st. Here we are just about 1 year later, no building, no move. But though, we have another request for a new rezoning, possible rezoning. And I would like to say, ask for rezoning once and receive it and do nothing with it, shame on them. Ask for a revised or rezone and get it a second time, shame on you, Mount Clemens City Commission. And I wonder, would they care to comment on the status or the non-progress of the property 11 months later at the old Big Boy site?
Anyone else?
Hello, Ruthie Stevenson, 69 Bain Street. Just to go on what the gentleman stated before me. We always talk about what we're going to do, and it's never been done. But not to say that we read minds or whatever, but with the legalization of marijuana, recreational, and all the rest, we just don't want it in our neighborhood. And to rezone that property to where it can't come out of the zone that it already is in is disrespectful to the community. You've already given up 2 sites. We don't need one in the downtown area. We don't need one in the neighborhood.
Anyone else?
Good evening. My name is John Konechny, 165 South Wilson, and I'm here to speak in favor of Mr. Patterson's project that he was describing to you, the Edison Crossing project. As a resident of the city and as a Vietnam veteran, we're looking to help displaced veterans, veterans who are disabled, veterans who have problems. The program, as planned to be set up, will have the AMVETS Department of Michigan, of which I chair the Homeless Veterans Committee, overseeing the veterans' benefits in hopes that we can take some of these disabled veterans or these veterans that are homeless, get them a start and progress them through a system of job placement, tutoring, working with them. We plan on having a veteran service officer, a certified veteran service officer available for these veterans for their help to try to, again, rehabilitate them and get them back as a part of our society. We know we have homeless veterans in Macomb County. We've been working with the Macomb Homeless Coalition with Jackie Merchant, even to the point where AMVETS Department of Michigan has volunteered to help them on their semi-annual count of homeless people, or they go out at night and find the homeless people and survey them to find out demographics. The thought being that a lot of the homeless veterans are a little more ashamed to admit that they were veterans when they're under a bridge, so to speak, or somewhere else. And with the help of veterans, maybe wearing an AMVET shirt, we'll get them to talk to us a little more. And it's basically the least we can do for our veterans. They've spent some time putting their lives in danger for us. It's time we give something back to them. I understand some of the problems with the proposal, but I want you to consider it very closely for the good of veterans. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bob Petterfriend, 106 Clare Street. I'd like to speak in support of the Edison project. As a son of an AMVET, which is American Veterans, I've had the opportunity to see what veterans do for other veterans, including the trip to a couple of times a year to the Veterans Center, which you call Michigan Veterans Foundation in Detroit. We serve them dinners, And these displaced veterans have a place to stay warm, stay safe, as they get their life together and move on to what they've always dreamed about being able to do. Conversely, I've helped McRest serve homeless people right here in Mount Clemens. And the only thing I see in common about the two groups is gratitude for being served some warm meals. Kind of on the other side of this coin, at the Veteran Center, I saw hope, and at McRest, serving these folks that are homeless, I saw despair. So I strongly support the Edison Crossing to bring some hope to these homeless veterans and civilians right here in Mount Clemens. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Seeing none, we'll move on to agenda item number 7, administrative responses to issues or questions raised during previous meetings.
A citizen requested that the city commission and city attorney assist him in receiving due process regarding his wrongful termination litigation against Macomb County. The city has no right, duty, or authority to become involved in a private citizen's civil litigation, and to do so would violate state law and the city charter. The citizen further asserted that the city is liable for the action and/or inaction of sheriff department employees. This is erroneous, as the city contracts with the county to provide law enforcement services. The contract provides that sheriff department personnel are employees of the county, not the city, and their activities are governed by and within the exclusive control of the county. Additionally, the contract provides that the county shall hold the city harmless against any claims made against sheriff department personnel.
Thank you. Agenda item number 8, approval of minutes.
Motion to approve the minutes for work session Tuesday, February 18th, and regular meeting Tuesday, February 18th, 2020.
Support. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Fournier.
Yes.
Hammond.
Yes.
Kraft.
Yes.
Menser.
Yes.
Voorhees.
Yes.
Campbell.
Yes.
Agenda item number 9A, request approval of a resolution urging the Detroit Zoo to consider Mount Clemens and Clinton Township as a location for the Great Lakes Center for Nature.
Motion to adopt the attached resolution in support of urging the Detroit Zoo to consider Mount Clemens and Clinton Township as a location for the Great Lakes Center for Nature, and forward the signed resolution to the CEO and Board of Directors of the Detroit Zoological Society, the Macomb County Executive, Macomb County Board of Commissioners, Macomb County Public Works Commissioner, and the State of Michigan, representatives and senators serving Macomb County.
Support.
In February 2018, Detroit Zoo leaders first announced their commitment to building the Great Lakes Center for Nature at a site yet to be chosen in Macomb County. The attached resolution, as requested from members of the Clinton Township Board of Trustees and Mount Clemens City Commission, is offering free public property along the Clinton River for the creation of such a development. The publicly owned land is in the location of a portion of Shadyside Park in Mount Clemens, where the Clinton River connects with northbound Gratiot Avenue, and along the banks of the Clinton River spillway in Clinton Township. This joint effort has been brought before both local governing bodies and will be sent to all state and local leaders for consideration for the benefit of all residents.
Any discussion? Commissioner Menzer.
I think this is a way cool project. This aquarium will be world-class, and it will be right on the banks of the Clinton River. It will afford all kinds of wonderful learning opportunities for our children. It will bring people and customers and patrons to our businesses and restaurants, and it will put Mount Clemens on the map. In addition, I think that it's important that when projects like this are considered and they specify, we want this to be on a waterfront, that they consider Mount Clemens, that they consider looking at our community and giving us an opportunity.
I would just like to add that it's interesting in this state of the 2 years they've been looking at Macomb County trying to come up with an area of where to put this development. And I know that it has been discussed with the leaders before about looking at Mount Clemens and really wanting that we genuinely would love to have this development here. And it amazes me the extent that other cities are going to try to put this this development in their city at the cost of the taxpayers. One of the sites that Harrison Township is looking at, they're proposing a $5 million cost to the project, and so we're saying come to Mount Clemens and Clinton Township, and we will work with you for this to be a beneficial. And this is city land, so we could offer it at nothing. So we are really hoping to attract them because of these. I mean, it seems, responsible to be conservative with the taxpayers' money instead of, but we'll see. So I want to make it clear, though, that we are just offering this to the zoo. This is not happening at the moment, so. And no location has been specified, so it's not as if we know exactly where this would go. We're just suggesting that this is a great opportunity for the zoo. Everybody, all right.
Great project.
I think we're ready for a roll call.
Hammond,
Yes.
Crop,
Yes.
Menzer,
Yes.
Voorhees,
Yes.
Campbell,
Yes.
Fournier.
Yes.
Agenda item 9B, request city commission consideration and approval of city manager and city administrator appointment and employment agreement.
Motion to appoint Donald E. Johnson to the position of city manager and city administrator and approve the employment agreement between the city of Mount Clemens and Donald E. Johnson.
I'll second it.
At a regular meeting of the Mount Clemens City Commission held February 18th, 2020, the City Commission voted to offer the position of city manager and city administrator to Donald E. Johnson, subject to negotiation of a mutually acceptable employment agreement. The proposed employment agreement is attached.
Any discussion?
No, I think the contract's fair. It includes everything we talked about, and
I would just like to add that we listened to a lot of our constituents who said that they were hoping we would go out for a permanent city manager, and I'm really excited about all the possibilities that's going to bring, so. Are we ready? Okay, roll call, please.
Crop,
Yes.
Menzer,
Yes.
Voorhees,
Yes.
Campbell,
Yes.
Fournier,
yes.
Hammond.
Yes. Welcome. Thank you very much. We can. Would you like to stand up and introduce yourself to the audience? Not to put you on the spot, but.
You're going to find I'm a man of few words. In fact, it's long been my goal to not speak at all during a city commission meeting, but I never quite made it. I'm Don Johnson. I'm very pleased to have this opportunity. I think there's a whole lot of potential here in Mount Clemens, and I'm very excited about starting here. I wish to thank the members of the City Commission for giving me this opportunity.
Thank
And
you.
the young lady, the young lady.
This is my fiancée, Linda Russell.
Hi, nice to meet you. Very good. All right. Agenda item 9C, the approval of purchases and payments of invoices.
Move to approve purchases and payment of invoices as presented.
Support. Roll call, please. Oh,
Menzer.
sorry,
Yep.
I didn't offer. Anybody have any comments or questions? Yep, go ahead, Commissioner Menzer.
I just wanted to point out that our renewal of the contract with TP, the DPS, Jeff Wood, we've renewed several contracts lately at the same prices that we have contracted for years ago. And I think that takes a lot of hard work and effort, and I appreciate the fact that, this contract was from 2016. Here we are 4 years later, and we are holding the price line. It's a wonderful thing, and thank you for that. And I wanted to point out that the payment to the state of Michigan for radio fees for the fire department's 12 new radios, Those radios were all bought with a grant that Captain Shipman got. So your city employees are doing everything they can to save this city money. So I thought you should appreciate that.
Okay, now we can have a roll call. Sorry about that.
Menzer,
Yes.
Voorhees.
Yes.
Campbell,
Yes.
Fournier,
Yes.
Hammond,
Yes.
Crop.
Yes. Consent agenda, none. And moving on to item number 11, our city manager's report.
Assessment notices have been mailed. Board of Review dates are Monday, March 16th, 2020, from 9 a.m. till noon, and 1:30 p.m. to 4:30 p.m., and Tuesday, March 17th, from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. and 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Once you receive your assessment notice and would like to schedule an appointment, please contact 586-469-6818, extension 4. The presidential primary election will be held on Tuesday, March 10th, 2020. Polls will be open from 7 a.m. until 8 p.m. The city clerk's office will be open on Saturday, March 7th, 2020, from 8 a.m. until 4 p.m. for processing absentee ballot requests. For questions regarding the election or to find out where your voting precinct is located, please contact the city clerk's office at 586-469-6818, extension 3. And as a reminder, households should be receiving official mail from the U.S. Census Bureau with detailed information on how to respond to the 2020 census. We cannot stress enough the importance of making sure that everyone in the city is counted, as it provides the basis for reapportioning congressional seats and impacts the funding the city receives from federal and state government. Computers are available at the Mount Clemens Public Library, and staff will offer help with completing the census throughout the month of April. That's all I have, Your Honor.
This is the second part of the meeting that you are able to participate in commenting at the microphone. You have 2 minutes during this, and all that we ask is that you provide your name and your address. Anyone? All right. Seeing none, we'll move on to commissioner comments. Commissioner Campbell.
I would first like to thank Mr. and Mrs. Tercel for their love and dedication to the city. That program was started quite a few years ago and has honored some very good people throughout the city, so thank you very much for that. I also want to thank Mr. Johnson for undertaking the job here, and I want to thank the administration that has been doing the job for the past many years, so thank you very much for that.
Okay. Commissioner Hammond.
I would also like to welcome Mr. Johnson as the city manager, and also like to congratulate Mr. and Mrs. Tercel on the Local Treasurer's Award. I'd also like to honor Thomas Barnes for receiving a generous donation from the official Democratic Black Caucus of Macomb County for a donation for the Jermaine Jackson Community Center. Also, I was able to attend the meeting at the library for the renovations, which was a very nice turnout for the community, and we were able to see a virtual tour of the renovations that they have planned. And that's all I have.
Well, Mr. and Mrs. Tercel, I'm very, I echo everything that everyone has said. Thank you so much for your service to the city, and this is a very great honor, and I'm very proud to be able to give it to you. Thank you so much. And thank you to Don Johnson for working with us on this contract and for accepting the job. I'm looking so forward to working with you. I know it's going to be a good thing. And I too want to thank Lisa and Jeff for their many years of filling in. I know this has got to be a little bittersweet right now, and probably in some ways they're going, shh, it's all yours, man. But at the same time, I know there's probably a lot of different thoughts going through your head as they write furiously on there. Yeah. But thank you very much for stepping up, stepping in, and getting the city through this time.
Commissioner Voorhees.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
We're out of sequence here. Besides that, I came here with a shoe. I too would like to express my gratitude to the Trussels. The information we had was just tremendous. If more of us did this, you know, we have a great city, it'd be greater if we did that. I would like to, first of all, acknowledge two of my fellow Lion members who are the AMVETs, John Konieczny and Bob Pataprin. We had all served at the Mount Clemens Lions Club as past presidents. I'm looking forward to Mr. Patterson's new proposal to see what we can come up with and certainly take care of our veterans that have served us. Just a reminder, we have a commission seat, as you know, that is open. The filing deadline is April the 21st at 4 o'clock. You'll need 40 signatures minimum, no more than 100. I'm also kind of bittersweet about the board of review. I'm glad Kathleen is here, Kelcher. It took my place as far as a member of that committee. It's a thankless job, Kathleen, I'll tell you that. But it's a very important one. So welcome to that. And with that, once a Clemite, always a Clemite.
Commissioner Menzer.
I have a thing about our first responders. Half my family is a first responder of one kind or another. So the fire department is very close to my heart. And the good things that you have brought to fire department, our honorable, trusted, skilled, dedicated, loyal firefighters. I am so appreciative. Thank you very much. Jeff and Lisa, if you want to talk about honorable, loyal, hardworking, you two have exemplified that over these last, 4 years. And I, for one, have appreciated everything that you do, and I have learned from both of you. And I hope that you can relax now. I too, like Commissioner Hammond, went to the presentation at the library. They did this virtual reality thing that was the coolest thing I have ever seen. You know, they said, well, let's go into the conference room now. And the guy turned left, and we were in the conference room. And he said, let's go up the stairs. And the guy walked up, you know, turned a little bit, and we were walking upstairs. If this millage passes, this library will be world class. And I think it's important for a library in our community, for the small community that we have, to be a hub for residents. So I hope that you consider that, and if you have any questions about the library or what they're planning, stop in and see them. They've got some great designs. I was really impressed. So I wanted to give a shout out to Alexander Sayers from Mount Clemens Montessori, Jocelyn Ryan from St. Mary's. They were contestants representing Mount Clemens in the 2020 Macomb County Regional Spelling Bee. I am proud to have these fifth graders representing our city. They did a fantastic job. Congratulations on placing for the bee. I want to say congratulations to Mount Clemens High Lady Bathers, the basketball team. They have made it to the District 3 semifinals. The game is Wednesday, the 4th at 7 p.m. against New Haven, and that game will be played at Clinton Township's Clintondale School. I wanted to also give out a shout out for that to Nevia Williams. She is an outstanding star on the Lady Bathers basketball team. She had 7 steals in one game to make the school, the high school's all-time leader for that, 128. She's also up, if you look at the Detroit Free Press, for Ladies Basketball Player of the Week. It's been posted on, the link has been posted on every Mount Clemens Facebook page and repeated several times. Please vote for her. There are good things happening in our schools. I also wanted to give a shout out to the Mount Clemens Cub Scout Pack 1070. They collected 75 blankets for the animal shelter and for a rejoiceful animal rescue here in our city. These are 15 kids from kindergarten to 5th grade who have done this. They also collected blessing bags, toiletries, shampoo, deodorant, razors, hats, snacks, water, socks, mittens. They also collected these for blessing bags for Zion United Church of Christ here in our city. There are good things happening in our community if you look for them. Thank you.
Last week, there was an incident at my home that resulted in my son being bit in the face by a dog. He's fine. He's good. He's okay. And I wanted to thank the Macomb County Sheriff's Office, MedStar, and the Mount Clemens Fire Department for all responding not only quickly, but with kindness and compassion that put my son at ease. We always hope to never need our first responders personally, but you realize how fortunate we are as a community to have people who are reliable and good at their jobs to help us in times of need. For my entire family, thank you so much. I will be having coffee talks again this month, March 10th at 9:30 a.m., which is a Tuesday, and again March 12th at 6:30 p.m., which is a Thursday, all at John's Family Grill, which is 304 Cass Avenue. All are welcome to come and have a cup of coffee and discuss current events in Mount Clemens. If you are an artist or you know anyone who is an artist, please take our Art Space Market survey at www.artspace.org/ArtSpaceMountClemens. We need the feedback to complete phase 2 of this project to bring affordable live-work space for those in the creative arts. Speaking of art, please take some time to tour the downtown to check out the DIA reproductions that are in our storefronts. They really have helped beautify our city. Thank you to the DIA, the MCEP, and the Downtown Development Authority for bringing this exhibition to Mount Clemens. Lastly, I want to thank Jeff and Lisa, who have, especially I've had the honor of working very closely with in the last three months. You've done a great job, and I know how the stress of that added work, and so I want to thank you for stepping up and doing that. And I'm so excited to begin working with Mr. Johnson. This is an opportunity for Mount Clemens to write a new page in the book of our history. I believe for Mr. Johnson and this commission to be successful, we must begin by setting a vision and goals for us all to work towards. We all need a clear plan on how to move the city forward. On March 16th, the Commission will hold a work session to begin brainstorming what we want our city to look like in the future. I'm hoping that each commissioner will take the next 2 weeks to think about what our constituency and our city needs to focus on in order to move Mount Clemens forward. I would like each of you to bring those ideas and a willingness to hear each of us that are sitting at that table on March 16th, so we can cooperatively set the path forward for Mount Clemens. And with that, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll move.
Everyone in favor? Those opposed? Meeting adjourned.